Alrighty, guys. So time to wrap it up for today. This is it's about 3:30 and change, and we're just looking at the market here, which is slopping around. Pretty freaking sloppy, I have to say. Nothing much going on with it. It's been a knockdown, drag out today for sure. So started off this morning, we started favoring the long side of the market, but as I said, I'm not by any means thinking this is a um, it's hard to say. Just in a holding pattern. The news this morning was CPI was not as bad as expected. Consumer sentiment wasn't great, and I figured like, yeah, it's just in a holding pattern, waiting for the weekend's outcome. And if the weekend is shitty, then probably we're going to start off on the downside. If it's a good weekend, we may start up on the upside. We just have to wait until Sunday, something. Then we start hearing some news coming out of this negotiation stuff. Earnings reports are always going to start coming in next. I think it's next week, or maybe early next week after that. But they will start coming in, and then after that, it's going to be interesting to see if we get some traction in the stock market. Right now, though, I would just say range bound trading. As long as I hold the support area at the 68, 45 to 50, so I think that's in good shape to potentially take this higher. But it's as you say, I mean, it's just in a holding pattern up here in this upper range. So as long as this big chunk of support holds, we may be in pretty good shape. So we'll see. Um, Cancel this. All right, so Nasdaq, same story there. I did take a Nasdaq trade though, one and done, kind of a trade. Same story there. Market was down here. As you said, it was just not going anywhere. It's been just trading in a range. And I took a trade down here, after this big run down here around about midday. They were down here and it looks like they were running out of gas on the downside. I was watching it, going back and forth a bit, and started taking it lower. Then you start seeing it start heading higher, and you can see some other indicators started pointing higher. So I got in fairly aggressively on this one. I had my stop right outside that below that rotation, and got a nice run up here to the mean. I had a limit order waiting there, got out right at the mean. So beautiful trade, one and done, up $66 on that trade. But that was it. And then I said, okay, I'm not engaging this any further. This is like a one and done kind of setup, and we'll leave it at that. It's been decent trading going on. I mean, you can fade the edges, fade the. I mean, you can buy it, and it has been moving reasonably slow, but it hasn't been not tradable. It's not like it's been totally sloppy. For a while here around 1 o'clock, it was just absolutely horrific. But this stuff here going on back and forth, same on the ES, it's decent. I mean, but you have to be on the right side of it. So if you're trying to buy the lows, we had a little rotation up here. This one wouldn't be necessarily one you would trigger on. Sell the rotation retest here. But you have to be pretty good on the timing. And if you get shitty trade location, you're not going to go anywhere. So anyway, so that's where we are. Range bound trading on the ES and Nasdaq going into the overnight. I would favor the long side right now. Let's see how far they can take it. On the Nasdaq, we're a little bit to the downside, and you can see we are down. We have been right here in the support area, but so far not been able to take it out and trade this lower. So there you have it. So range bound trading, holding pattern, waiting for the announcement, stuff to come out over the weekend. And I'm thinking that I would not be surprised if the whole thing kicks right back up again, because they're going to play games, and it's just a matter if Trump is going to play games or if he's going to be like, yeah, sorry, this doesn't look like it working out. We have war is back on. We'll see. But the market may not react as negatively as you may think if that happens, because they've already gone through. We kind of know what the worst outcome is going to be like. So it's not like the markets are going to be super surprised, and we know it's a very real chance that it's not going to work out. So we will find out. But anyway, Sunday's going to be interesting. That open on Sunday. So yes, one trade on the Nasdaq up 66 back on that 66 on that one. On the bond market, not much happening on that one. So bond market is just range bound. We've been drifting to the downside, hasn't quite gone very far at all. So there we have it. So looking at this bond market is to the downside. Support holding at the 113.22.23, and I haven't taken any trades on the bond market. It hasn't really been setting up the way I would like it to. But that's kind of where we are on that one. So yes, one trade, 3 orders, one trade in and out, and that was it. I just had one crypto trade that was on oil. It's just now on the way down. Took a short trade, was in the money a little bit, had a pretty tight stop, but stopped out at 70 cents, and haven't done anything since. At this point, I'm thinking long side right now. I'm thinking that they run it down here for a bit, move out of the middle to the downside, support holding. So if anything, I would look for a long trade right now on oil and the cryptos. But anyway, so that's where I have it. I sent out an email about the cryptos. You may have gotten that one. That's listing how it's going to work and what you can do. And the Bluewater manual is updated with a section for how to connect yourself. And you just have to send in and get permissions turned on so you can actually connect to it. Alrighty, guys. Well, we'll leave it there. We'll see what happens over the weekend. You have a great weekend, and yeah, and we'll see how Sunday is going to turn out. That could be a very interesting Sunday for sure. Alrighty, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back Monday morning. Later.